गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णू गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ओम शांति शांति शांति. Hari Om. Let there be peace, let there be peace and love amongst all the human beings of the universe. Let there be peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We have started the contemplation on the 17th chapter, that is the manner of destruction of the mind. Seen first 1 and 2 shlokas, quick recap, and then we'll continue with the first topic. Mano Nasha Prakar, the manner of destruction of the mind. Why the word destruction has been used? Because that mind which disturbs us, keeps under frustration, that mind which troubles us in the life, that mind has to be destructed. That means that mind is not a desired mind. The desired mind is that mind which helps us not to get disturbed from anything, from anybody, from any being, from any event or any situation in the life, and lead a dignified life. You have to lead a very pleasant, dignified life, and that is the purpose of leading a life. So, unless we are ready to change ourselves, unless we are ready to digest what has been told through the scriptures, we cannot achieve the peace of mind. So, Atma Krupa is very important, and we have to work on ourselves. We have to work on our mind and to come out of this relative existence. Nobody can help us in this. So, therefore, working on the mind should be the spiritual practice. As simple as that. And so, be happy. We remain in the Sahaj Avastha, effortless abundance in the truth. Example is given here like a space. Space is effortlessly supporting whole world without getting tension, frustrations, or efforts. This is attended by itself and it is effortless. So we are there in a Jagruta Avastha, we are there in a Swapna Avastha, we are there in a Shushupti Avastha, we are there in a Samadhi Avastha because we are naturally there. All the Avastha comes and goes, but we are still there. So we can't put onus on the scriptures or some Atma or some Guru to get the things done as per the spirituality. No, we have to work ourselves. And that is what has been said here by Vasishtha Rishi. First shloka. Manasaiva manachitva yadhyatmanavalokyate nastameti jagaddukkam manaschede sukhadmadi. If the self is not pursued by destroying the mind, with the mind itself, the sorrow of the world does not set or vanish. तो क्या बोला है यहाँ पे? सेल्फ को परस्यू करना है. The self has to be pursued by what? It has to be pursued by destroying the mind. Which type of mind has to be destroyed? The mind which is an enemy for us has to be destroyed. If you go really by the scriptures, there is no thing called as mind. मन नाम की कोई चीज ही नहीं है. वो तो कॉन्शियसनेस, रिफ्लेक्टेड कॉन्शियसनेस अपने को परमिशन दे रहा है. रिफ्लेक्टेड कॉन्शियसनेस बोलने के लिए, सुनने के लिए और जगत में की जो कोई एक्टिविटीज करने के लिए. पर अपन सोचते क्या है? व्हाट वी थिंक, नो दिस इज ओनली द माइंड. सो व्हाट इज सेड हियर इज मनस एव मन छित्वा. वशिष्ठ ऋषि से क्या बोल रहे हैं वशिष्ठ ऋषि? मनस एव मन छित्वा. मन से मन को मारना है. डिस्ट्रॉइंग द माइंड बाय माइंड इटसेल्फ. हाउ ब्यूटीफुल. मन से ही मन को मारना है. कौन से मन से मारना है? जो मन अपना नॉर्मल मन है, वो मन अपना takes us for frustration, for sorrow, for all the things which are negative in the life वो मन ले जाता है उसको ही अपने मन से, and that means you require vairagya, and then only the self is pursued. That means very simple. So again we come to the same equation. Mind minus thoughts is equal to consciousness. So this thoughts has to be dissolved, or thoughts has to be change the direction. Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahansa used to say that Raga, Dvesha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsar, agar aa raha hai, if these Shadipus are coming and you cannot stop that, then divert it to the Almighty. वो ईश्वर की तरफ डाइवर्ट कर दो. राग करना है तो ईश्वर का करो, द्वेष करना है तो ईश्वर का करो. That is what is said here again by Vasishtha. If the self is not pursued, yes, is not pursued by the destroying the mind, with the mind, the sorrow of the world does not set. जब तक मन से मन का नाश नहीं करेंगे तब तक ये सेल्फ दिखेगा नहीं. And on the annihilation of the mind, there is the knowledge of the blissful self. जैसा ही annihilation of the mind हो जाएगा, at the same moment there is a knowledge of blissful self will come. That's what the Vasishtha Rishi is saying again and again. So that's why mind is a very important thing. And how it is told for the first shloka, manaseva manachitva. It is the destroying the mind by the mind itself. अपने ही मन से अपने को अपना मन डिस्ट्रॉय करना है. डिस्ट्रॉय करना है यानी तोड़फोड़ करने वाली बात नहीं. डिस्ट्रॉय करना है यानी उसमें जो विचार आ रहे हैं मन में, मन को कोई तोड़फोड़ नहीं कर सकता. मन में जो विचार आ रहे हैं, जो विचार नेगेटिविटी की तरफ ले जा रहे हैं, जगत में और अपने को इन्वॉल्व करे जा रहे हैं, इट इज मेकिंग अस डांस एट द ट्यून्स ऑफ दिस वर्ल्ड. दैट माइंड हैज टू बी dissolved. Word use is here chitwa. Destroy करना है. Then only the self will be pursued. And on the annihilation of the mind, ऐसा mind जो annihilate हो जाएगा, there is the knowledge of the blissful self. Then only the blissful self का knowledge अपने को मिलेगा. So that is what Vasishtha Rishi is telling to Rama. And through that Rama, we are also listening. So we are very fortunate to know the real scriptures. What is the real scriptures? To mind our mind. And we have to be ready for this. Unless we are ready to change, unless we are ready to digest this, whatever the scripture says, whatever the reader says, it is of no use unless we have Atma Krupa done by us. So Atma Krupa is very important, and we have to work ourselves. We have to work on our mind to come out of this relative existence. ये जो relative existence दिख रहा है, तो इसको बोलते हैं कि वो दूर से अपने को दिखता है पानी ऐसे शाइन हो रहा है, but then it is a mirage water. We cannot take a glass there and feel that, because once you start walking towards the mirage water, that also goes away from us. Then we know, oh, this is what is a mirage water, and now I understood. So even if you come again at the original location, there again you will see the water, but then now you have knowledge of that. What is the knowledge? The mirage water is not true. We can see that from far off distance. We can enjoy mirage water, but we cannot feel a glass of water by that mirage because it is mithya. Similarly, this world is also, we can enjoy, this world is useful, this world is definitely needed also to cater to the body and the mental projections of the body, but this is not true. It is like mirage water because मनसेव मनच्छित्वा यद्यात्मा नावलोक्यते नास्तमेति जगत दुःखम मनश्चेदे सुखात् मदि. Unless you dissolve this mind by the mind itself, that means thoughts are reduced, the self cannot be pursued and we cannot get the knowledge of the blissful self. If you really want the knowledge of blissful self, what has to be done is you have to keep the mind always cheerful, blissful, happy, contented, or and above, relaxed and cool. That's what Vasishtha Rishi is saying. So let us go to the second shloka. Swadoratra samvada shunubhasa vilasayo purasa giresano tapasodvo babhuvata. In this matter now, listen to the conversation between the two friends. Who are those two friends? Bhasa Vilasa Samvada. The topic name itself. So Bhasa and Vilas. In former time, there were two ascetics in the forest of Sanya mountain. So Sanyagiri, there were two friends. Their names are Bhasa and Vilas. So what they are doing? Let us know that in third shloka. Astam anyonya sustrigdo tayorapyata majavuhu Vilasa Bhasa namavno samam asita tayomana. they were very much attached to one another. ये भास और विलास एक में एक से बहुत attached थे. And what is that? They also had two sons named by Bhas and Vilas. So they were very good friends, but they have two sons. Even they kept their names also in Bhas and Vilas. Their minds were identical. So now the question comes again: mind. It is mind or mind. So mind were identical. So now what are the minds were there of father? Vilas and Bhas and Vilas. Similarly, minds were there for two sons, Bhas and Vilas. Then fourth shloka. Mrutyoto pitaro drushta chakrate paridevanam ततस्तो तपसा कालम क्षेपयामास्तु पृथक. Having seen their fathers dead, they lamented. क्या हो गया? भास और विलास के पिताजी भास और विलास जो सीनियर भास विलास थे वो उन्होंने देह रख दिया. Then they were frustrated and to do something, then they passed their time separately by religious austerity. So what they started to do, this young Bas and Vilas, they started to do the austerity. And what happens, that is been told in shloka number 5. Ekata sangato tva cha eva manyonyum muchutam. So विलासुवाच वदक्वे क्षप्तितं काल कश्चित्ते सफलं तप कश्चित्ते विजरा बुद्धि कश्चित् कुशलवानासी. So what happens is once they met together, अब ये दोनों बच्चे फिर से मिले. Bhas or Vilas, they are expired, and now this Bhas and Vilas young guys, they started meditating. They met. So Vilas said, tell me where was time spent by you. विलास बोल, को बताइए भाई आपने टाइम कहाँ स्पेंड किया. So I hope your penance was fruitful. तो जो कुछ साधना कर रहा था, that was fruitful. I trust your perception is free from anxiety. I trust that you must be, there is no anxiety in your life. I hope you are doing well. That is, you are happy. So kashit vijara buddhi. तुझे कोई vijara buddhi, you are not been frustrated. There is no anxiety, no frustration in your life. And kashit kushalavan asi. बुद्धि आपकी बहुत अच्छी होगी. You must be very happy. So I hope that this must be the your status. He is asking. Who is asking? This Vilas is asking to Bhasa. So now Bhas says, Bhasa uvacha kushalam tu kuto asmakam samsare tishtataya yavad nadigatam sneham yavad shina na chittabhu yavad tirno na samsare tavad na kushalam kuto. Where is the happiness for us remaining in this worldly existence? अरे भाई ये जगत में रहेगा, वर्ल्डली एग्जिस्टेंस में रहेगा, तो यहाँ कहाँ खुशी है? ये कौन बोल रहा है? भास बोल रहा है विलास को. यहाँ जगत में कहाँ खुशी है? एज लॉन्ग एज व्हाट इज फिट टू बी नोन इज नॉट नोन, एज लॉन्ग एज द फील्ड ऑफ थॉट or the field of pursuit is not destroyed, as long as the course of worldly life is not crossed, so long where is the happiness for us? अरे भाई जब तक ये जो वर्ल्डली थिंग है, what is that? वो जो अपने को फिट टू बी नोन, जो अपने को पता रहना चाहिए, वो अगर जब तक अपने को पता नहीं होता है तो खुशी आ नहीं सकती. एज लॉन्ग एज द फील्ड ऑफ थॉट, दैट इज जो कोई परस्यूट, फील्ड ऑफ द परस्यूट इज नॉट डिस्ट्रॉयड, जो बाहर सब देख रहे हैं इसको जब तक डिस्ट्रॉय नहीं करते, एज लॉन्ग एज द कोर्स ऑफ वर्ल्डली लाइफ इज नॉट क्रॉस, जब तक ये वर्ल्डली जो देख रहे हैं, यानी क्या विराज वाटर जब तक देख रहे हैं, तब तक खुशी कहाँ से आएगी? क्योंकि वो विराज वाटर में तो प्यास बुझ नहीं सकती ना. सो लॉन्ग वेयर इज द हैप्पीनेस फॉर अस? तावत न कुशलम कुता. So there you cannot expect happiness in this. So what is the summary of this? He says, if you are doing all the things as per your mind is telling you to do, you are doing as per wherever the mind goes, you only follow the mind. You don't want to apply breaks, you don't want to apply vivek, and know that you are divine. Know that you are nothing but the unfragmented, undivided consciousness. Know that you are that same Almighty which has been projected through this grace of Almighty. You never know, and you don't want to become Samajdar also. You want to remain as the same dull old fellow and think that you are the great person because of your अहंकार. सब अपने ही मर्जी से तू करेगा तो फ्रस्ट्रेट तो होने वाला है. You will be what? You will be frustrated, angry, worried and dejected. तो frustrated, angry और worried and dejected रहेगा because you are decided to complain. You are already decided to complain. Things are not accepted by you and you have fever of mind in all the past things. तुझे बुखार हुआ है, तेरे माइंड को बुखार हुआ है. बुखार हुआ तो क्या करते हैं अपन? बुखार हुआ तो अगर एलोपैथी लेते हैं तो पैरासीटामोल लेके बुखार उतारते हैं एंड गो फॉर सम लंगन एंड ऑल दैट. सो यहाँ फीवर हो गया. सो फीवर हो गया तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? समझदारी करना पड़ेगा. एंड समझदारी कैसे हो सकती? फोर थिंग्स: ट्रैंक्विलिटी, कंटेनमेंट, Holy company and inquiry. That means 4 gateways of liberation you have to apply. Then only you will be happy always. So that's what is said in the shloka number 7. So again, Bhasa is again saying further, Yavadnya budito bodha tavadna kushalam tuta evam to kushala prashna krutavanto parasparam kalena vimalam jnanam labda moksham avapyatu. As long as knowledge has not risen, that's what he's saying now. जब तक नॉलेज नहीं आया, so long where is the happiness for us? जब तक अपने को पता ही नहीं कि ये सब चीजें क्या है, तब तक अपने को खुशी कहाँ से आएंगी? अपन बोलते हैं बी हैप्पी बी हैप्पी बी हैप्पी, है नहीं क्या? बी हैप्पी है नहीं, बी हैप्पी विथ the what your you are. Be happy with whatever is your nature. Be happy with whatever the consciousness you have. Be happy with your original nature, not with the mind. Mind which is telling you to drink wine, telling you to do cigarette, telling you to go outside and move around, telling you to do whatever bad things or things are available in the world. So if that mind you are listening to, you cannot be happy. Be happy means all the situation you are tranquil, contented, blissful, cheerful, happy, and this is a sadhana to be done internally, not to be done externally. So, thus, making friendly inquiry after the welfare of one another to obtain liberation and having got gained clear knowledge in course of time. तो एक में से उन्होंने बात की, किसने? विलास ने बात की भास से, और भास ने उसको समझा के बताया भाई समझदारी ला. एंड व्हाट इज द समझदारी? समझदारी इज always keep your mind on that divinity, on that self, on that unfragmented consciousness, on that God, on that Ishtadevat, who is sitting very much in your loving heart, and project him outside the world. Inside, what you have to do? Inside, neti neti. I am not that, I am not that, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the Ishwar. Inside you say, whereas outside, iti iti. Iti iti means it is only the divinity, it is only the divinity. बाहर में देखना है तो सबको divinity देखना है, अंदर में देखना है तो नेति नेति. You say no no, not this, not this, not this. So it is basically Chidakash. It cannot be fragmented. It is 100% constant consciousness. So shloka number 9 and 10 it is said. अतो वाच्मि महाबाहो यथा ज्ञानेतरागति संसारतरणे नास्ति संगबद्धस्य चेतसा असक्तं निर्मलं चित्तं मुक्तं संसार्यायपि स्फुटं सक्तं दीर्घतपो युक्तं अपि बद्धं भवेद्य. Mighty armed one, so I tell you that there is no other means other than knowledge. भास बता रहा है विलास को, अरे भाई नॉलेज के बगैर कुछ भी नहीं है. So everything, right from the puja to japa to dhyan or whatever the meditation procedures are you are doing, it's basically to know that this knowledge that you are divine for crossing the course of worldly life. अगर संसार तरणे नास्ति, अगर संसार को तरण करना है, you want to cross this worldly life to the mind bound by attachment. ये जो तेरा माइंड इसमें अटैचमेंट में जो बह रहा है, ये अटैचमेंट में से तेरे को माइंड तेरे को निकालना है. द स्टेनलेस माइंड फ्री फ्रॉम अटैचमेंट इज सर्टनली लिबरेटेड. जो माइंड ये अटैचमेंट से निकल गया है, देन इट इज रियली लिबरेटेड. दो क्रीचर ऑफ वर्ल्डली एग्जिस्टेंस, दो ही इज अ क्रीचर इन द वर्ल्डली, वो रहता उसी जगत में है, बट ही इज नॉट अटैच्ड. दैट मीन्स दिस वर्ल्डली जगत is unable to influence the mind. It will not, like the sorrowful situation comes, he will become sorrowful for some time, but not a miserable forever. If some happy scene comes, he will be joyful for some time, but not continuously remaining joyful. So he will not flow on both the sides, either happy state or unhappy state. And what will be remain is again contented, tranquil, blissful, cheerful, happy, over and above, cool and relaxed in all the situation. That means he is one with the divine. So let's say if he goes to some attend some funeral, he goes to attend some funeral. Is he going to say that I am happy? No, he goes there. He will whatever the situation demands. If the situation demands he is supposed to cry, he will cry. If situation demands he has to become some miserable for some time, he will become also miserable sometime. We will discuss all that, how it has happened, everything we will discuss. But then he will, when he comes back to home, he will say Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Why three times Shanti? Adi Bhautik Shanti, Adi Devik Shanti, and Adhyatmik Shanti. All the three Shantis he will say, and he said, okay, it's a divine plan. Haricha. Haricha has happened, so it has done according to that. And we pray for the Almighty to that to the soul rest in peace. So these all formalities has to be done, but how? Unattached. So the stainless mind, free from the attachment, is certainly liberated. Though a creature of worldly existence, he remain in the world, but not getting influenced by the world. That is called as moksha. That is called as liberation. The mind which is attached becomes bound here, though endowed with the austerity of long time. अगर mind तुम्हारा attached है and you are doing lot of puja, lot of dhyan and going into the solitude and then continuously saying Om Shri Ram Pranamastu or Om Namah Shivaya. Maybe 24 by 7 you are saying, but still your mind is attached to the worldly things. Then what happens is, these long auspicities maybe you are doing for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years is of no use because you are never bothered about the real means, that is knowledge. No means is other than the knowledge. If you want to really cross the worldly life, cross the soully ocean, Bhavasagar, if you want to cross, there's only one method, that is a knowledge, that is Samajdari should come. And the Samajdari comes by really practicing the divinity, that I am divine. So all four wrong notions has to be dropped. What are the four wrong notions? Wrong notion about the world, wrong notion about the self, wrong notion about spiritual practice, and wrong notion about the God. All these four has to be dropped. चारों गलत धारणाएं ड्रॉप करना है. Wrong notion of the world क्या है? जगत में ऐसा पूरा बाहर fragmented दिख रहा है, कई different cities, different countries, all this we see. But actually what is that? It is unfragmented consciousness only, unfragmented divinity is there in the world. Second is about yourself. Before what we feel, I am this body, my name is Satyendra. So this is Namrup. I never know this. ये नाम रूप है, ईश्वर ने दिया हुआ नाम रूप है. So let me know it is only that same divinity is been manifested through this. Actually it is unfragmented but looks like fragmented. वो दूसरी गलत धारणा है. तीसरी गलत धारणा क्या के बारे में? जगत की होगी, मेरी होगी. तीसरी गलत धारणा है स्पिरिचुअल प्रैक्टिस. व्हाट स्पिरिचुअल प्रैक्टिस हैज टू बी डन इन दिस 9th and 10th श्लोक इट इज बीन टोल्ड. अगर तुम लोग सिर्फ ऑस्टेरिटी से करते रहे, जप करते रहे, ध्यान करते रहे, पूजा करते रहे, इससे कुछ नहीं हो. उतने देर के लिए शांति लगेगी. It is also useful. It's not that it is not useful. It will be definitely useful, but it is not the end of it. उसका सच्चाई जान लेना पड़ेगा. What is that? It is said, no means other than knowledge. जब तक ये नॉलेज तुमको पता नहीं चलेगा, ये ज्ञान आना चाहिए, और वो ज्ञान सिर्फ मानसिक लेवल पे नहीं, उसको अपने डीएनए में, हार्ट में उतरना चाहिए फॉर क्रॉसिंग द कोर्स ऑफ वर्ल्डली लाइफ. अगर ये जगत का अपने को कोर्स यानी भवसागर तार करना है तो ये करना पड़ेगा. So that is what is a spiritual practice. So what is a spiritual practice? Very nicely it is said that working on the mind is a spiritual practice. अपने को जन्म जन्म, so many lives we have taken, maybe of man, maybe of different creatures we have gone, but nobody has taught us that we are supposed to work on our mind. Neither school, nor gurus, nor our well-wishers, nor relatives, nobody has told us or taught us you have to work on the mind. What we say, अपने मन में जो आया वो करो, थोड़ा विवेक लगाओ उसको, अच्छी चीजें करते रहो, बुरी चीजें करो मत. दैट इज व्हाट वी फील एवरीथिंग इन लाइफ. अच्छे से सज्जनता से चलो, किसी का बुरा मत सोचो, सबकी भलाई सोचो, आर्ट सब अच्छे से करो, भगवान की भक्ति भी अच्छे से करो, जब ध्यान करो, अच्छे से सॉलिट्यूड में जाओ, मेडिटेशन करो, मठ मंदिर जाओ, दरगाह जाओ, बाद में मस्जिद जाओ. ये इतना ही सोचते हैं अपन, वो हो गया उससे. दैट इज अ स्पिरिचुअल प्रैक्टिस. दैट इज अ रिलीजन. स्पिरिचुअल प्रैक्टिस क्या है? सब कुछ करो पर कुछ भी मत करो. सब कुछ करो, जो कुछ हो रहा है जीवन में सब कुछ करो, बट कुछ भी मत करो. दैट मीन्स ओनली लेट द डिविनिटी मैनिफेस्ट थ्रू यू. और फिर वो सब कुछ नहीं कर सकता है. भगवान रामकृष्ण परमहंस कहते थे अद्वैत ज्ञान, वो बंगाली में कहते थे, मैं अभी उसका बंगाली अभी याद नहीं, मैं हिंदी बताता हूँ. अद्वैत ज्ञान अपने कमर से बांध के जो इच्छा सो करो. अद्वैत ज्ञान क्या है? कि वो डिविनिटी. बट सो जो इच्छा सो करो है ना. अद्वैत ज्ञान जिसने पता चल गया है कि मेरे अंदर भी नारायण है, सबके अंदर में नारायण है, ऐसे जिसको पता चल गया, वो कुछ भी क्या करेगा? कुछ भी नहीं कर सकता. जो कुछ भी वो करता है वो उसका विवेक जीरो हो गया उस टाइम पे. फिर से विवेक लाएगा, फिर मेहनत करेगा, 100 बार गिरेगा. स्वामी विवेकानंद यूज्ड टू से द वॉल विल रिमेन वॉल for thousands years of time because she will not make any mistakes. A buffalo or a cow will remain buffalo or cow. She will not make mistake. But a man who is making a mistake for 1,000 times, 1,001 number of time, he will be evolved and he will be knowing his true nature. That is divinity, divinity, divinity. So Swami Vivekananda very nicely said, I will take the birth n number of times on this holy earth till the whole world knows that they are one with divine. स्वामी विवेकानंद जन्म लेना चाहते बार बार, और ये जगत की जो सफरिंग्स है, sorrow और joy, both are sufferings. We take only sorrow और suffering. Joy is also suffering. दोनों भी सफरिंग है. वो सफरिंग के उनको बाहर निकलने के लिए एक ही मार्ग है, that is a knowledge. So this was the first topic, that is a bhasa vilasa samvada. Beautifully it is covered and it has been said. So what has been said now, there is a very nice Sanskrit Shubhashit is given here. First, I'll read that Sanskrit Shubhashit and then make the translation in Hindi. Kavya Shastra Vinodena Kalo Gashyati Dhimatam. Dhimatam means the person who is Dhir. Dhir means Shrimanta. Dhima Shrimanta. There are qualities of the people, like the people are rich, but he is in the rich in Dhimata. Kavya Shastra Vinodena Kalo Gashyati Dhimatam. Vyasanena cha murkhanam nidra kalehenava. So what is said here is very nice translation is there. The person who is wise or who is really buddhiman, what he does is he does the scriptures reading. He does the patan part. He only contemplates on that. Whereas other people who are murkha, what they do is they spend their time either in their enjoyments or in their habits or in their lessons or sleeping. They will waste all their time and waste whole life. Vesanena chu murkhanam nidra kaleyenava. So they spend the time because they feel this is only right thing. Okay, let's enjoy. Let's take whatever the things that comes to us. Take everything, grab everything, collect all hundreds of relatives, hundreds of the things with them, and try to be happy. You cannot be happy unless you do satsang, unless you do the afternoon meeting, unless you do the patan satsang or scriptures reading, unless you that too also in the right direction. What are the right direction? Dropping all the wrong notions and going to the right direction. So that is what has been said here. So each every day must be accounted by us. Wise man, what he does? He studies the scriptures, whereas otherwise man, what he does? He always remains in either bhoga or fighting with the people or angry and suffering himself, making his own mind bad and making other people's mind bad. Then if you really follow the scriptures and follow this dhimata, gacchati dhimata, if you really want to do this, what will happen is then we'll not be disturbed by anything, anybody, any any event or any situation in life, and we'll lead a very simple, disciplined, dignified life. So, although we are functioning in the world, we will be tuned to divinity. We will be tuned to divinity. Nothing can disturb in our life because in the life we know that you cannot get everything as per our wish. In this relative world, don't expect that everything will happen as per your choice because this world is what? थोड़े गम है थोड़ी खुशी है ये तो जीवन है. It will be always like that. It is cannot be everything according to your wish. It will not be always hari krupa. There will be sometime hari ichha also. So when everything is surprise to us, everything like it is either sometime hari krupa or hari krupa, why can't we remain happy in both the situations? Remain internally happy. So let us not involve unnecessarily and make the mess of our mind, because this mind only if you keep in peace, that mind, peace mind is only going to be happy. And dissolved mind is that mind which is free from desires. There is no burden of desire. So till we don't recognize our divine nature, till then there is no possibility of the fulfillment of life. जब तक अपने को अपना divine nature पता नहीं चलता, till that we are not aware of that we are divine, we really cannot be happy in this world. So what has to be practiced then? Practice. We have to practice these scriptures, and like Bhagavad Gita has said very nicely to Arjun, Sri Krishna Bhagavan has told. When Krishna, Arjun has asked to Sri Krishna, what he asked? Bhagwan, because now he understood he's a Bhagwan. So he says, Bhagwan, earlier he used to take as a friend or a relative. Now he has understood he's Bhagwan. Bhagwan, it is so difficult to control a mind. Because mind runs here and there. थोड़ी देर में यहाँ पे, थोड़ी देर बम्बई चले जाएगा, थोड़ी देर लंदन चले, कहाँ कहाँ नहीं जाता mind. How to control this mind? And then with a compassion that Sri Krishna seen towards this Arjuna with very compassion, and he says, yes, I can understand mind runs here and there. But abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyachitu guruyate. Every day you have to wash the utensil which is made of brass. Lota roj gasna hai. Unless you do this daily contemplation, nothing is going to be, because so many lives you have done which are wrong things, which are not required to be done. You have to do undo for that. So अभ्यासेन तु कौन्तेय वैराग्ये चितो गृह्यते. अभ्यासेन तु कौन्तेय वैराग्येन च गृह्यते. So this is possible by abhyas and vairagya. So what is a vairagya? Here also some confusion is there. Vairagya is not running to the forest and going into hermitage or ashramas there. Vairagya is what? Seeing the world as illusion. ये जगत अपना स्वरूप है ये देखेंगे, that is religion, so you will not be involved in the world. So in short, every expression of life will be abundantly bathing in that experience of joy and happiness, and not carrying from outside, but it will be within. Be at peace with yourself, and this is possible if your mind is at peace. तुम्हारा मन अगर शांत होगा, तो then only what will happen is you will be cheerful and happy, and when you are cheerful and happy, you don't complain. पता है जगत में क्या है? जगत तो वो उसी के समान है. किसके समान है? मृगजल समान है. Even if you complain, nothing is going to happen. कुछ भी नहीं होने वाला है. So why to complain? Don't complain. Things are accepted as it is they are. So then this fever of mind will dissolve, and no more will be frustrated, angry, worried, or dejected. So what is that? Remember that we have to remain always happy, cheerful. This is what the highest spiritual practice is. And also remember that attachment is an illusion. जो अपन बोल रहे हैं अटैचमेंट अटैचमेंट अटैचमेंट, ये illusion है, क्योंकि सभी तो मिथ्या दिख रहा है, ये तो अटैचमेंट illusion है. So like barking dog, he is in front of the mirror and started barking. He says, "Oh, my mirror image is also barking on me." So he goes behind the mirror, sees that there is no one sitting there. Again comes in the front and see the barking. Oh, again he has come. So like that, because he has no knowledge. Our situation should not be like a barking dog. वो भौंकने वाला कुत्ता जैसा रहता है, वैसी सिचुएशन अपनी न होए. इसलिए कल अपने को अभी सेकंड टॉपिक बताया जाएगा, संसिद्धि, क्लोज अटैचमेंट. व्हाट इज दिस क्लोज अटैचमेंट and how to come out of this knowledge from this attachment and remain cheerful, happy, blissful, peaceful, and tranquil, contented, over and above, relax and cool always 24/7, 365 days. That means समझदारी लाना है, दुखियारा कभी जिंदगी में न होना है. उसके लिए निष्कलंक जीवन कैसा जीना है, that will be told tomorrow through the close detachment, how it is to be done and how it is to be seen, that we'll see tomorrow with these prayers. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tatsat. Sri Ramachandra Arpanamastu, submitting the divine fruits to the holy fruits of Sri Ramachandra.